Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Hippo Cup 3, where today we've got an exciting slate of matches in the Losers Bracket Round 2 for y'all in the first day of quarterfinals weekend. We'll be starting things off with teams Negros Armados and Death Sentence, who I found out last night that Twitch doesn't like either of these team names very much. It does not like the word Negros, nor does it like the word death to be in a stream title. So we're going with the very classic X to replace a vowel move in order to have the title be okie dokie with Twitch. So on the left side of your screen will be the blue team or the red team. I mean, they're blue in the game, but their names are red. I don't know, it's weird. It's gonna be Negros Armados, and we're gonna see who's actually gonna be here for them today. Ostensibly, their team is composed of Asterisk, Desperi, Mendigo, Capu, Taku, Jackie Lamb 5, Zaklev, and Nitros. However, the first three of those, the Brazilian members or the South American members, Asterisk, Desperi, and Mendigo, seem to be offline currently. So we'll see who actually ends up showing up to play the match for that squad. They'll be able to play at their full potential, put on their best show in this match, because they are going to need it against Team Death Sentence, captained by none other than Weed Salmon Drev Osu himself, alongside Moose Pie, the recently renamed Reset, formerly known as AIICE, formerly known as Reset. GS Blank, Soba Noodles, RTY Zen, Seal, and the lone European member of their team, Couch, the artist formerly known as Coach. James, man, people are going to be hard to keep track of. And this is maybe match number 4, I suppose, technically, for the weekend. We saw last night Chomama defeating Rugia in a late evening match, 7-0. That one ended pretty quick. And earlier on today, we saw the Australian-New Zealand team OFFAC beating Rainbow Please 7-3. That was a 10 a.m. UTC match this morning. And so this will be our fourth match, as we do have ongoing team Uses Charm, the Taiwanese team, against the, I believe, German team Rusty Sturm Tiger. That is running concurrently with this match, as are a couple of others. We do have, or one other, I should say, as we do have Equipa La Cool versus Under the Water. That is going to be starting up right at the same time as our match here. So, as they would say in the NFL, action going on around the league. If this were NFL Red Zone, we'd be on the triple box right now, but unfortunately, we do not have that technology to show 24 players all at once. That would be pretty intense. So we're going to be focusing on this match here, Negros Armados versus Death Sentence. A couple of pretty exciting teams, I think. Get into our second warm-up here pretty quickly from Negros Armados. It's going to be Can't Hide Your Love by Cola Kid, my favorite artist name that is the combination of a beverage and a person's age. I'm not sure what to call this genre. Would you call it chiptune? It's not really chiptune, but it has that kind of video game feel to it. Is there another genre name for that kind of music? Like, I feel like there probably is. With like almost breakcore elements. Breakcore? Chiptune core? Break tune Break chip? I'm not sure. We're out here hoping for a good match today. We did see these teams. Last week we saw Negros Armados dropping in a tiebreaker against Williams. It was a 6-5 result there. Death Sentence had already lost. They did lose in the first round of the bracket stage to Team Canvas Guard, but in the first round of losers bracket, were able to easily advance 6-0 past Hooper Voice. So it's always an interesting matchup, you know, when you have a team that dominated the previous week and a team that lost the previous week. Hard to say what kind of to expect necessarily. We haven't seen a ton of play on this pool as of yet, so this will be kind of an early one. Obviously, we know the team that kind of spawned Death Sentence last year that saw Weed captaining it as well back in my Angel Jonah days was super well known for being really heavy on the gimmick maps. I think there's a little bit less of that going on here, outside of a couple exceptions. But we'll see how they perform on this pool. Meanwhile, Negros Armados, I don't know that I've actually watched Negros Armados play at all yet in this tournament. This will be, I want to say potentially their debut on stream, but I could be wrong. And we'll get to see how things go for them. Obviously, as we talked about earlier, potentially down a player or two today. Hopefully able to have enough to field a solid roster for their maps. That's going to do it for the warm-ups. We're going to get into the ban phase here. It's going to start with the first ban from Death Sentence. We've seen some pretty varied bans so far in the 3 matches that have been played. So we do see our other match, the 13 UTC match, has concluded. Uses Charm, advancing 7-1 over Rusty Sturm Tiger. Uses Charm, pretty solid team on paper. I think they've been looking pretty decent. So we'll see how they can progress through the losers bracket going into tomorrow's potential matches. It's going to be No Mod 5, the first ban from Death Sentence, so getting the speed pick out of the way, that is Squirrel P's Expert Diff of Pumas. Don't want to have to deal with that fast boy. Negros Armados is going to come back with the DT1 ban, that is Intewe Set 08A, Maidens Capriccio, Dreaming of a Night Long Gone. Those are DT number 1. They are 10.3, a lengthy map, 3 minutes 22 seconds, so that's going to be removed. Lowest BPM of the DTs, but perhaps just not a skill set that particular team is overly comfortable with. I'll send it back over to Death Sentence for their second ban. We'll see if speed is kind of what they're looking to ban, or if it was just that one particular map they banned. You know, something like the 300 BPM DT pick, or maybe even the stream map. I don't think they'll ban the stream map though. It's gonna be hidden number 2. It's gonna be Blue Amber. That's the second one from Death Sentence. Our longest hidden pick, 3 minutes 52 seconds long. Kind of aim control heavy. Trev saying that they are banning the long map specifically for me. That is something I do appreciate. I love a good long map ban. Please make all maps in all pools like 3 minutes or shorter. I will be very happy. No more of that hidden 2 stuff from last week where it was 5 minutes long and it was decided 2 minutes in every time. Don't want any more of that. Thank you very much. We'll just wait on the last ban from Negros Armados before we can get underway with our actual picks in the match. They are taking their sweet time on this ban. Don't know if they just weren't sure what they wanted to ban. It's gonna be Hard Rock number 3. So that is Good Bounce by Eben Mayo. The final ban for this match. There's the Hard Rock Tech Finger Control 180 BPM pick. Will be removed from consideration for play in this particular contest. So that will conclude our ban phase. Again, No Mod 5 and Hidden 2 banned from Death Sentence, Pumice, and Blue Amber. DT1 Hard Rock 3, Maidens Capriccioso, and Good Bounce banned by Negros Armados. We will head into their first pick now. Remember, we have pretty long matches here this week, so the early picks, you want to try to establish some momentum that you can hold on to for a while. Best of 13 is, I think, very much a momentum sort of game. You can get rolling early on. You can put several maps in a row together. So I think, really, those first picks are always important, but you don't want to toss things to RNG. Now, obviously, there is more time to come back in a match if you fall behind early, because, you know, it's not like, oh, 4 maps and it's gone. But you don't want to have that feeling of, you know, kind of getting by the wayside. Grind of, oh my god, we have to win 7 more entire matches and it's already 3 maps in, like, holy, different maps. It's pretty nuts. First pick coming out from Negros Armados is going to be Nomad 4. It's going to be DJ Toto's Doa Cairo, the second of the 2 DJ Toto, maps in this pool. It's going to be 6-star minute 45, high BPM, 262 BPM pick. But it's alt, so 262 BPM doesn't really mean what you would expect it to. This is going to be alt tech, finger control, aim control. Pretty heavy in this pool on the finger aim control. It's kind of a hallmark, I would say, of Hippo Cup map pools in general. We'll see who ends up being in for this map. It looks like we are going to have Taku Nitros, Jackie Lamb, and Kapu from Negros Armados. On the other side, we'll have Weed, RTY Zen, Soba Noodles, and a 4th to be determined for Death Sentence. Alright, it is GS Blank as the 4th for Death Sentence, so 2 pretty stacked rosters for the first map of this match, I would say. enable us to get underway here in just a second as soon as everybody is readied up to get going on our first match on stream of this round. So again, Negros Armados, Death Sentence, best of 13, losers bracket, round 2 matchup here. Setting for map number 1 is going to be Nomad number 4, Doha Cairo. And we are underway with this match officially. We'll see which team can get started off on the right foot. If Negros Armados are strong in their first selection, or if Death Sentence can maybe try to get an early break point under their belts. Looks like a very early break from Nitros at the first few notes of the map, but won't be a whole ton to worry about. However, it's going to be Weed missing as well. Nitro is finding a second break already, so this is not starting off potentially the way some of these guys would like, as Kapu finds a break as well. And another. Fair amount of combo to be had in this one, of course, but it is a very tricky little map. You know, that aim control tends to be an uncomfortable sort of skill set. And we do see Soba Noodles breaking. We see Nitro's breaking again. He's having a lot of trouble with this pick. We're going to maybe see the side effects of a team not having its full roster. Guys that weren't going to be in for maps that are going to be forced to play them anyway. Taku Nitros and Weed missing. GS Blank and RT Wizen both holding on to their full combos. Jackie Lime is as well, but it's just not going to be nearly enough to keep Negros Armados in this pick, as they're already falling behind. It's about 3 million points, the deficit. Death Sentence in the lead pretty heavily here. However, RT Wise and Soba Noodles do break, so GS Blank versus Jackie Lime is the heads-up matchup now. The 2 full combos that are remaining. But it's a 3 million point lead, and not a lot of combo on anyone other than those 2. So with only the last quarter of the map to go, GS Blank's combo is probably going to do enough to make sure that Death Sentence gets this early pick here. GS Blank's aim looking pretty comfy. May even be able to pull off the FC. Nope. He and Jackie Lime break within about 5 combo of each other, but despite the big combos coming out from Taku here, it's going to still be enough for Death Sentence to hold off their opposition on this first pick. So Taku did his best at the end, kind of quietly pulling together a combo, but just not enough, as we had S ranks coming out from GS Blank and Soba Noodles. In fact, GS Blank and Jackie Lime only missing 1 combo apart. GS Blank with the slider break, Jackie Lime with the miss, so that would actually explain the 1 combo difference as well, if it were the other way around, but instead it's just 1 note early. That's going to be Death Sentence with the break point. 1-0 the score in their favor in the early goings here. They will have the next pick. Regarding the skin flashing, it actually is nicer for commentating than you might think. It's very easy to draw your eye to somebody missing. I mean, as a viewer, it might be a little different, but when you're commentating and trying to pay close attention to every single player's screen, it actually kind of helps, because you can quickly just flick over when you see that flash and look at who missed. It takes a little bit of the onus off of having to pay that extra bit of attention to misses in addition to, you know, combos and things. And we are going to see Hard Rock 1 Invisible as the first pick for Death Sentence. This is going to be what we talked about on our map pool showcase, where it's very much that 2015-2016 style Vocaloid map. You know, they kind of had a lot of commonalities between them. This particular one is 3 minutes 8 seconds long, so despite banning some long maps, they do pick the longest of the remaining Hard Rock picks. 192 BPM, 6.27 stars. technically speaking, this is the lowest star rating of the Hard Rocks, but not by much. So they're all within a very tight range, 6.27 up to 6.35. We're going to see no team changes for Negros Armados. Wondering if they only have 4. Death Sentence is going to swap Couch in for Drev. That will be their 4th, but that'll be their only player change as well. As Reset kind of came and left there as they were deciding on their pick. So map number 2, first pick for Death Sentence. Hard Rock 1, Invisible. We'll see if Death Sentence can hold on to that breakpoint. You see some early misses once again. Maybe a common trend between first map and this. Couch, Nitros, Capu, and Jackie Lamb all missing in the first small bit of combo. Again, not going to be a huge deal as of yet. There's a lot of score left to build up, but Nitro's continuing to struggle a bit. Down under 88%, 87% accuracy with a couple of breaks already to his name. He's going to be a guy to kind of watch out for because he appears to be maybe not warmed up, maybe not super comfortable with some of these maps. We'll see if he can improve going forward. Meanwhile, Death Sentence does have their 3 FCs still alive with GS Blank, Soba Noodles, and RT Wizen. Couch with just that early miss. Negros Armados does have Taku with the FC and Jackie Lamb with a very near FC. Nitros is managing to build his combo back up, still having trouble with the accuracy though. Gonna be a break from GS Blank, so the first of the long combos to go for Death Sentence. They do already have a 2.5 million point, 3 million point lead, and that's gonna be 3 members of Negros Armados breaking. Taku, Nitros, and Capu struggling a little bit at the very end of that PI. Couch, RT Wizen, and Soba Noodles all holding strong for Death Sentence. They're gonna again establish a pretty big lead pretty early on, with only 1 player on Negros Armados, even over 100 combo. Jackie Lamb's going to be their anchor player that is going to try to keep them alive in a lot of maps, I think, but I don't know if it's going to quite be enough, unfortunately, the way things are going on these first couple of picks. The other guys on that team are going to have to pick up some of the slack, kind of get warmed up and ready into this match. As the lead has ballooned out over 12 million points here for Negros Armados. Not much left to hope for at this point, even though there's still a third of the map to come. Nitros and Capu both breaking once again. Soba Noodles, RT Wizen. Well, not anymore. I was going to say Soba Noodles, RT Wizen still FCing. RT Wizen does find a break, but Soba Noodles still FCing until that tricky little quint miss. So Couch now the only combo left for Death Sentence, but he is matching Jackie Lamb. And Taku, the only other combo for Negros Armados, is a big mountain to climb here. 14 million, 15 million point deficit. And Nitro is continuing to struggle. However, things could almost get interesting here. We do see the break from Couch, so that FC is gone. Jackie Lamb still holds. Unfortunately, the gap is so big, I don't know that he can bring back 11 million points all by himself. And that's going to be the break from Jackie Lamb. The only combo left is now Taku, which is more than matched by the combined efforts of GS Blank and Soba Noodles, so that's going to put this one to bed. As we come into the ending, it's going to be a very incredible accuracy performance from Taku at 99.5%. I believe that's just a 1 miss, but not enough for his team. Nitros and Capu really struggling quite a bit, neither of them able to obtain even 4 million points. And that's going to be the 2-0 lead for Death Sentence as they consolidate the break point. S rank coming out from Taku, so it was actually just 1 slider break. That accuracy is absolutely incredible. 99.51%, the next best out of anyone, 98.68 from GS Blank. But unfortunately, just dragged down a bit here as Capu and Nitro's really struggling again. The performance is kind of across the board from Death Sentence, much stronger. Jackie Lamb, the top performer here, 23 million point score, 1 miss. But again, Jackie Lamb and Taku trying to carry and just not quite able to do it on that pick. We do have Negros Armados with their second pick to come, so we'll see if they can try to turn things around here and avoid falling behind too big too early. had a tech, alt, finger control, aim. We've had a somewhat higher BPM 2015 style hard rock. The question is, will Negros Armados want to go for something completely different, or will they look for a similar skill set and try to just hope things get better for them? They're taking up most of the entire timer here trying to come up with a pick, so maybe just having a bit of trouble selecting maps for the players they have. And they're gonna go to I Know Where You Sleep, which apparently had a failed download, so we're gonna try to fix that real quick. Bear with us for a moment. I thought I had, like, this was in the map pack and everything. I don't know why it didn't download properly, but we're gonna real quick fix that up. Or at least we'll hopefully fix that up. However, this is probably going to mean that our player views are going to be a little messed up, so bear with me here. I love the OSU Tournament client very much. It's my favorite thing to have to deal with on a weekly basis. Alright, well, it worked this time, so that's good. And we have no players visible on the screen. Alright. Well, there's no one in the lobby, so we're just going to watch a blank screen, I guess. I am a really big fan of the tournament client because, to my knowledge, as of yet, there is still no way to actually fix this problem. I legitimately, like, you would think after 2 years or whatever it is of dealing with this exact issue, I would know how to fix it. And I just don't. Do we just spam open and close the tournament client? Like, does that do it? Does that fix it? I have no clue. Because, like, I guess the thing is, I don't know what causes this issue to occur. I don't know why it decides that it doesn't want to connect to the player spectator thing. I don't actually know the root cause of the issue. It's very hard to solve an issue when you don't know what the cause is. Like, even if I go to the other lobby, I don't get any players. It's so crazy that, like, we still don't know what causes this. After all this time, like, there's still just no way to fix it at all. I think, what is it, you can, like, you can kind of just do this, and, like, maybe it works. Like, see, explain to me why that works. Explain to me why there's any reason that what I just did should work. You can't. You just can't, because there isn't a reason. Like, as far as I'm aware, like, I don't know, there's no reason what I just did should work. Alright, so this is an interesting one with regards to mods. We have Hard Rock and Hidden on Negros Armados, and we have 2 easies on Death Sentence, but Moose Pie is kind of dying, so I'm pretty sure that Negros Armados just wins this. And so it's an 8 million point lead, which is, I mean, I guess really more of a 4 million point lead. This is Pikosu gaming, actually. Really old maps with easy. I don't know how you play this pattern. Like, in all honesty, I don't know how you're meant to play this. But that is going to be... Well, that's a lot of fails, but yeah, no, that is going to be Negros Armados putting their first point on the board. Like, it's bad enough when you have to add filled scores in, but then you also have to double scores for the easy players. Like, my brain is just not big enough for this at 9:30 in the morning. But it's okay. And we're gonna get another Hard Rock out from Death Sentence. Hard Rock 2 Dorchadas. So back-to-back Hard Rock picks from Team Death Sentence. This time we're gonna get the Ruchi map, which is a weird map. I don't know how to describe this one. It's different. Okay, so we're going to be underway. Map number 4, Dorchadas, with a diff name that is in Gaelic, so I can't even try to pronounce it because I would sound like an idiot. Second pick of Death Sentence. It looks like Negros Armados may in fact only have 4 players because they do still have the same 4 for every roster. Death Sentence will have Weed Couch, Reset, and GS Blank. Malteser has a question. How is my day? Well, I have been up for approximately an hour, and I've spent 45 minutes of that in front of my computer doing exactly what you're seeing right now. So, you can make your own conclusions. It's really not that bad. Anyway, tricky little map, so we're going to probably see a lot of breaks. Very big sliders, very kind of awkward linear aim patterns. It's not for the faint of heart, you could say. We already see a bunch of breaks. In fact, no FCs left on death sentence. Meanwhile, Jackie Lamb still doing it, as well as Taku or Negros Armados. Jackie Lamb might have missed the very beginning or some slider ends, hard to say. Nitros and Capu are going to be a bit behind in combo. Death Sentence going to have a small lead, but anything can happen, really. There's not a whole lot of combo as of yet, since a lot of it's sliders. We do see breaks from Nitros and Capu in what is ostensibly kind of the free combo. Nitros and Taku both missing again. However, it's going to be followed up by Death Sentence finding breaks from Couch and GS Blank, so Weed and Reset taking combos into the Ki against Jackie Lamb. And Weed and Couch immediately breaking. This is Reset versus Jackie Lamb basically right now. Because there are breaks pretty much everywhere, except for on the bottom left for each team, Reset and Jackie Lamb. This is going to get quite interesting here. As Reset does find a break, the lead should be able to go over to Negros Armados as Jackie Lamb continues his full combo into the last quarter of the map. If he can hold on just a little bit more, this should be able to be a point for Negros Armados. They might get this break point back here. Jackie Lamb with the FC, or near FC, backed up by the long combo of Taku, is going to propel Negros Armados ahead on this pick. And that is going to be their break point. He does break at the very end here to just make things a little more interesting, but it's not quite enough. And it's a 2-2 score. We're all tied up. That was a close one, especially with Nitros failing. I think that made it look a little closer than it was. 562k is not a lot of points regardless, but once again, just the big carry from Jackie Lamb, only player to go above 370 combo, and he was up at 621. You know, we saw talking before the match, you know, Drev from Death Sense was saying Jackie Lamb was kind of the one player that he didn't want Negros Armados to have online when we were looking through the players who weren't here yet. And we're seeing why as he continues to put on some very solid performances. Top scoring for his team on Doa Cairo, top scoring for his team on Invisible, and now top scoring and very hard carrying on Dorchadas. So out quickly into a 2-2 score here. So we'll go on. The third pick coming up from Negros Armados. Both teams winning back-to-back picks to start things off, so we'll see if the trend continues. We see Death Sentence winning the next 2 picks in a row. We'll break this small pattern up immediately. Once again, Negros Armados taking their full timer to select a map, and it's going to be Nomad number 3. It's Orderev. So this is, of course, our slider tech pick for this map pool. Nomad number 3 slot. You always know what to expect there. Gotta think that Negros Armados looking for picks where they feel comfortable in the idea of Jackie Lamb being able to carry, because so far that's what's been happening. This one a decently long pick. We're going back up to 3 minutes after last map was only 1 minute and 46 seconds long. 6.41 stars, 191 beats per minute. It's a guest diff on the set by Captain. Captain 1, I suppose. I don't want to be precise about it. That's honestly. The biggest question I have with this map, how do you pronounce it? Ferriquitus? 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 The world may never know. I would have to find that actual artist and ask them, I suppose. We're going to see Seal coming in for Death Sentence for the first time today. That'll round out their roster with Couch. Oh, just kidding. I was going to say Couch Reset and GS Blank. It's going to be Couch Soba Noodles and GS Blank. Negros Armados still the same 4. We'll just wait for the players to ready up, and then we will get underway with map number 5. And here we go. Negros Armados trying to see if they can find their first lead of this match. Death Sentence after being up 2-0, looking to avoid losing 3 straight picks. Little bit on the line here on this map. As want to avoid, as we said, you know, kind of falling victim to huge momentum swings. 3-4 points in a row can really feel that way against you if you're not careful. So Death Sentence, you know, at the worst case scenario, want to make sure this map is very competitive. I think eyes once again probably just going to be on Jackie Lamb here. He has been the top performer so far. Nitro's continuing to struggle, not having a great time with this map pool, it appears. The map kind of begins in earnest. A lot of combo to be had here. So we're going to be seeing who can keep things going for themselves, and it is not going to be Nitros or Kapu as they both find breaks. So once again, this map will likely fall square on the backs of Taku and Jackie Lamb. Death Sentence, meanwhile, does still have their 4 full combos intact in the early stages here as we reach the around the 400 point mark, 400 combo mark, I should say. About a third of the way in. And it is already almost a 3 million point lead for Death Sentence that will only continue to grow. There's going to be a break from Couch. It's going to be the first miss for Death Sentence, so trying to open up the door a little bit maybe here for Negros Armados, but it is matched when Nitro's missing on that spaced Quint. Jackie Lamb does find a break. That's going to be pretty damaging. He's one of the guys that they've had to rely on so far. Nitro's missing again, so it's all going to be Taku and Kapu now. Taku's still with the FC, Kapu with a pretty decent combo. However, on the other side, you've got Seal, Soba Noodles, and GS Blank with their full combos alive. Soba Noodles with the gaudy accuracy, 99.5. Similarly to Taku at 99.3. And now we get into the slider tech section, and that's where things will begin to explode. Everyone missing except for Couch and GS Blank already. It's a very tricky little slider tech section with how spaced some of these bursts are, and it has claimed 7 victims as Couch, the only one maintaining a combo. And that's a 13-14 million point lead for Death Sentence. Negros Armados going to have a very hard time trying to come back in this one as they really don't have much combo to speak of. The longest being about 275 for Taku, meanwhile Couch up at almost 550. Looks like Death Sentence should just be able to ride this one home, so that will be another break point for them. It's going to be in a second here as this closes out 3-2 going the score with Death Sentence taking the lead once again in their 3rd pick of their own to come. That was a very strong performance. Those combos outlasting Negros Armados pretty considerably. 17, 14, 14, 11 million points. Taku looking to be the carry for Negros Armados, but unfortunately timed breaks made that pretty impossible, and Death Sentence once again with a pretty comfortable win on that pick. As we see, you know, I don't want to harp on it because it's probably just an unfortunate state of affairs that they don't have their full roster, but Nitro's just continuing to struggle on these picks. Would really like to see him pick it up and make things a little bit more competitive on a couple of these maps where he could prove very valuable to his team with a bit more score. But Negros Armados trying to kind of continue to put the carry pants on Taku and Jackie Lamb. just not working out on that one as Couch had his carry mode going with the big combo at the end of the map. GS Blank, Soba Noodles both performing quite well on that pick as well. And we're gonna get Legend of the Black Shawarma as the next pick from Death Sentence. Y'all know it, y'all love it. It is the Stream DT pick. And it's a banger. 6.42 stars, 2 minutes 43 seconds, 218 BPM death streams. At AR 10.3. This is a pick that you can be good at, or you can be really bad at. And it's very easy to tell who's which pretty quickly. Last night we saw Hello Tomlol FCing this with, well, he didn't FC it. He didn't like play the first 25 combo or something. He had like 25 misses, and then he FC'd the entire rest of the map with like 90% accuracy. Pretty impressive stuff from him last night. We'll see if anybody in this match can replicate that, maybe with a little better accuracy. During this pick, I just ask everyone to take one look at themselves. A pretty different roster. I don't think we've seen this four-man yet for Death Sense. It's going to be Seal, Reset, RTYZen, and GS Blank. We'll see how things go for them on this pick. Negros Armados, as we've said, clearly handicapped by their lack of players for this match. But who knows? Maybe they'll get lucky and this will be a squad that can play this map okay. And we did see them banning the other 10.3, so not sure if that was due to the style of map or just due to it being 10.3. We'll probably find out here. The intro, everybody making it through. Reset and GS Blank both assessing the first 150 combo in contrast, as well as Jackie Lamb, in contrast to Nitro's Capu down at 90, 97. And Capu will be the first break out of anyone in the map, so that's going to be an early small advantage over to Death Sentence, but obviously we have not gotten to the hard part of this by any stretch of the imagination thus far. That does mean that they'll be able to build up a little bit of a lead on the right side there before we get to the hard part of the map. Meanwhile, Jackie Lamb still maintaining his SS, as is Reset. Solid stuff coming out from those guys so far. Not that it's, strictly speaking, an incredibly difficult map for it to have good accuracy on this early, but it's still good to see. I'd rather have high accuracy than low accuracy, right? Capu with another break. Things are going to get more intense as the bursts start to come in. And begin to test the stamina of the players and the speed. And Bancho is going to do the thing. There it goes. I don't know if those were actual misses from Nitros or if that was just Bancho. We'll wait and see on that one. However, that does appear to be an actual miss from Seal. Here comes the long stream. And that's going to be, oh my gosh, that's everyone breaking from Death Sentence. Now, they have a 6 million point lead, but Jackie Lamb and Taku are both still FCing, and there is a bunch of time and a lot of combo left in this one. If they can hold on, they're going to drag this one back very quickly, and there it goes, immediately flickering over. Jackie Lamb and Taku putting on a show here for Negros Armados. As I was saying, this is kind of the map that those guys might be able to carry, and they're doing it here. That is a 7 million point lead immediately for Negros Armados, as Death Sentence just kind of fell apart with all 4 members breaking. And this one's pretty much just over. We'll see if they can double FC this. 98% act from Jackie Lamb, very impressive performance from him. And Taku, no slouch, just under 96.5. And the double FC means that we're going to be tied up once again 3-3. The break point comes right back for Negros Armados. And that is quite the array of grades. We have an FC from Jackie Lamb, an FC from Taku, A ranks from Reset GS Blank, B ranks from Seal, RTYZ, and Kapu, and a C rank from Nitros. That's the full spectrum, you know. I just need somebody to have gotten a D. It would have been really perfect. Can you even get a D? I'm thinking you can get a D, can you? Do D's exist? They do exist, but like rarely. You don't see many D's. So once again, match is all tied up 3-3. The carry players from Negros Armados doing their job here quite nicely. Maybe a bit aided by the fact that it's score v1. I think they would have won that anyway, though. And another DT pick here. It's going to be DT number 4 coming out from Negros Armados. So this is our 300 BPM DT pick. It's like, here's your BPM alternating grid snapping quint map from like 2011. Actually, I think it might be maybe even, yeah, 2011. This is like a Hippo Cup map right here. This is very much a Hippo Cup map. And we do have another match result in quickly here for you guys. In our losers bracket, match E7, Equipa Cool versus Under the Water. Team Equipa Cool was in fact forced to forfeit halfway into the match. They were down 4-1 and no longer had enough players. Not sure exactly what occurred over there, but I guess they were lacking players to begin with if that was the case, and lost their fourth player, no longer had enough to continue onward in the match. So that's an unfortunate way to go out of the tournament, but well, GG, well played to them and to Under the Water, who will advance on to play in the losers bracket round 3 tomorrow. We'll update with spreadsheet and all that sort of info after this map. But we see we are already underway here with early breaks from Nitros and Weed. Other 6 players holding their combo. As we said, pretty tricky map. The way this is mapped is not something you're used to seeing these days, that's for sure. Breaks all over the place. Basically going to be Jackie Lamb the only combo left. I feel like we keep saying that for Negros Armados. Jackie Lamb or Taku, it's always one of the two. Meanwhile, Soba Noodles and Weed, both with pretty solid combos on the side of Death Sentence. That'll help them take an early advantage here. Still staying relatively close. It's not even quite a million points here, and Weed does break. Everyone from Negros Armados breaking except for Jackie Lamb. So once again, you know, Jackie Lamb heads up against a member of Death Sentence. This time it's Soba Noodles, but RT Wizen has a bit of a combo to back it up. 255 combo. Going to be adding a bit more score than anything on the other players from Negros Armados. As we get some lag. I'm not sure why this particular map is so laggy. I haven't seen this problem yet today, but not the end of the world. Give me a 1.6 million point lead for Death Sentence heading into the final third of the map. We'll see if Jackie Lamb can continue to work at carrying this one, but if Soba Noodles keeps up his combo as well, and the backup combo from RT Wizen, it's going to be another pick to Death Sentence if they're able to maintain those. That is the break from Soba Noodles. That is the FC gone. Meanwhile, Jackie Lamb still going ham, and it's not a big lead. Oh, but he does break his combo. Taku with a 300 combo is trying to back it up, but RT Wizen has the bigger combo, and Taku does break. So this 550 combo from RT Wizen should be enough to keep Death Sentence in the lead on this pick, and that will be another break point. That's 4 break points in a row as we go 4-3 in favor of Death Sentence. Just need to close this one out. It's going to be about 3 million points, the final margin of victory for Death Sentence. But man, just nobody can win their own picks, guys. Somebody's got to find a map that they can win. It has to happen. Jackie Lamb continuing to do his best to try to carry his team. Did once again have the best score in the lobby, but just not quite backed up enough with RT Wizen and Soba Noodle supporting each other with both 600 plus combos. Jackie Lamb 683 combo, not enough. That one slider break a little bit later on than Soba Noodles, but he would have needed to probably FC or at least come very close if we wanted to see Negros Armados with a chance to win that point. Instead, Death Sentence manages to snag it and take a 4-3 advantage onto their own pick. So that does set up, as we look at this other result, that does set up our first matchup for Losers Bracket Round 3. It's going to mean Under the Water will be taking on Use's Charm tomorrow morning at 13 UTC. And back over here, we're going to see a Nomad 6 pick. We're going to get 8-Bit Princess, Digital Melancholy difficulty, AR8 CS5 Nomad, 2 minutes long. This will be a fun one for sure. Gotta say, you really have to feel for Jackie Lamb in this match. He is doing everything he can to try to carry these picks, and it is like sometimes enough and sometimes not enough. Just between Jackie Lamb and Taku, they've been the top scoring members of their team pretty much every map. We'll see what happens on this next pick. This will be the fourth pick from Death Sentence as they try to take a 5-3 lead. As we said, we've had 4 break points in a row, so maybe we'll make it 5 here. There's not been a team to win their own pick since I Know Where You Sleep as the third map of the match. But maybe this one favors Death Sentence a little bit more than previous picks have favored the team that selected them. We'll find out. So low BPM stream AR8 CS5 no mod. So definitely just by that description probably sounds decently tricky. And once again, early breaks coming out. Nitros, Moose Pie, and GS Blank with misses early on. 3-way FC for Negros Armados in the early goings. Is eliminated as Capu does find a break. So double FC, Taku, Jackie Lamb against Weed and RT Wizen. A little bit of combo advantage over to Death Sentence. Again, still pretty early on in the map. Just Blank and Cap are going to trade misses as Nitros finds another break as well. These are very tricky stream patterns and slider patterns. This is a very rough map, excuse me. That is going to be Weed breaking, but Taku follows up shortly thereafter. Negros Armados might have had a chance, but meanwhile, RTYs and Jackie Lamb do still hold on to their FCs, so the score is going to stay pretty close here. It's only about 100, 200,000 points separating the teams halfway through this pick. Accuracy, clearly not an important feature of this pick. Really about just trying to keep your combo regardless. 150 BPM, not the easiest thing to hack at any rate, especially not in a map like this. And that lead is just staying so close together. Weed does find a break. It could flicker over to Negros Armados. Everybody at 250 plus combo. If they can hold these combos a little bit longer as Weed finds a couple of misses, the lead will flicker over. Negros Armados looking to once again take a break point back immediately into the doubles, though. This is some tricky stuff to play properly. We see Nitros, Capu, Moose Pie, and the RT Wizen all breaking. But Negros Armados will have done enough as Jackie Lamb continues to hold his combo, and he will pull out the FC here, it looks like. And that is going to be another break point. Jackie Lamb, what the hell are you doing, man? Another FC. What a player. And that's going to be tying things up once again, 4-4. Jackie Lamb saying, I'm going to drag this team kicking and screaming if I have to, doubling the next best score on his team and outperforming RT Wizen, the next best score in the lobby, by about 2 million points. That's, jeez. Like, we said, and we said again, Jackie Lamb is the win condition for Negros Armados here. And he said he cheesed the map, but who cares? An FC is an FC, and it's 4-4. And that's exactly what we talked about in the map pool showcase for this pick. You just play like doubles and play like quads instead of playing like streams straight through. And your accuracy will suffer, but you'll keep the combo up, and that's what he did right there. This is staying very close here, 4-4. And as we said, that is that's 5 straight breakpoints. And that's been several different kinds of maps too. We've had Hard Rock, No Mod, DT. Maybe we see a do we see a hidden pick? You know, do we see hidden 1 or hidden 3? Or do we go back to the free mod pool? You've got Ding and Laissez-Faire available. Negros Armados kind of clearly, you know, they're not having much luck with their own picks, but it doesn't even matter so far. It's going to be Nomad 2, so we are going to get the longest map in the pool, Adularia. I can understand this pick, really. You saw Taku and Jackie both FCing the Stream DT pick. I mean, granted, this is 30 BPM lower, but actually almost 40 BPM lower. But stream, you know, it's kind of the closest comparison you can make there. This does have some tricky parts in terms of aim and finger control, as well as stream stamina. A little bit more of a rounded map than just a straightforward stream pick. But again, just looking for something where Jackie Lamb and Taku can continue to carry, as they have been doing on several of these maps, and as they definitely did on the one map that you can kind of compare to this one so far. We wait on the last member for Death Sentence for this pick. It's gonna be Soba Noodles coming in as the fourth member of Team Death Sentence. All right. We'll get underway. Map number 9. You know, Steel Couch, Soba Noodles, and Jess Blank against the 4-man roster of Negros Armados. We'll see if their continued reliance on Taku and Jackie Lamb, especially Jackie Lamb, can find them a pick that they can win. If that can outlast the full roster that Death Sentence actually has today. As we get underway. Orthoclass Adularescence? Anybody know what that means? Does that even mean anything? This is the first of the 2 DJ Toto maps in the pool. The other one, of course, already being played. Doa Cairo was our first map. Let's see, of course, Negros Armados losing the first DJ Toto map. Obviously, completely different maps, completely different songs, but it's kind of funny. And into the map we go. This one starts off with this pretty tricky finger control stamina section that does find Kapu with an early break. So that'll be the lead over to Death Sentence, but very early going. This map's pretty lengthy. It's 4 minutes flat in length, so a lot of time for anything to happen and plenty of places that you can easily slip up and find a break, as Nitros does there on the cut quad streams. Taku and Jackie Lamb doing their thing. Taku with the SS, Jackie Lamb just 1 or 2 100s. But the 4-way still alive for Death Sentence as Taku finds a break at the end of that section, as does Kapu. Jackie Lamb, the only FC left on that side, quickly. Meanwhile, Death Sentence, all 4 combos still alive. They're going to be able to take a really big lead here, as those combos are growing rapidly into this section. All 4 players at 700 combo or more. That means a lot of points just a lot of points in Scorpy 1. Like, this is gonna blow up. And we're only just past a third of the way into the map, so if they can hold on a little bit longer, it's gonna be game over on this pick. Jackie Lamb continuing to be that anchor player for Negros Armados. Tapu finding another break. Jackie Lamb, of course, holding on, as do the others. So let's see what Death Sentence can do here. How long can they keep this four-way alive? Nitro's finding another break. This one, and there goes Jackie Lamb, there goes Nitro's. This one's already over. We're halfway through, it's already over. This is Hidden 2 from last week all over again, ladies and gentlemen. Just blank the first break from Death Sentence, but they have 3 FCs, all 3 of them over 1,000 combo. It's a 48 million point lead. So we'll kind of just see on the other side because this one's over. Death Sentence is actually just popping off. Like, their lowest accuracy is 99.75. So reminder that this was picked by Negros Armados. I just want to remind everyone that this was picked by Negros Armados. Really unlucky. You hate to see it. It's gonna be the 5-4 lead coming out for Death Sentence here into their next pick. Couch finding a break, Seal finding a break, so at most they only have 1 FC, but they've done more than enough at this point. That's going to be nearly 100 million points that they'll win by. Taku and Jackie Lamb kind of, again, doing what they can to get their combos back together, but it's far too little, far too late. And thus we have our 6th straight break point. If I didn't know better, I think the teams are just picking for each other. Especially with that one being an 80 million point win. 3-way S rank for Death Sentence, Seal, Soba Noodles, and GS Blank. Soba Noodles the only one with an actual FC. Other 2 slider breaks. I think, at least. Shoutouts to New Osu site for not having max combo. So, FC from Soba Noodles, albeit not a perfect combo. And once again, Taku, Jackie Lamb, far outperforming their teammates, but wouldn't have mattered anyway. Those scores from Death Sentence were pretty nutty. And 5-4, you know, this is the point where, like, you really want to win this pick. You give yourself a couple of opportunities at match point if you are successful with this one instead of going to 5-5. Now they will still have potentially another pick after this, depending on what happens. But rather, you want to just win this. You like that's the first goal, first objective in mind. 6-4. You want that cushion. You want those 2 match points and the tiebreaker if needed, instead of being at 5-5 and having it still be a little bit up in the air with the other team picking. Though I guess the way things have been going, you almost don't mind. A Negros Armados pick at this point is basically just a Death Sentence pick. We haven't seen a break point in 7 maps, or a held point in 7 maps. It's going to be the first free mod we've seen since, in fact, the last held point. So the last team to win a pick of their own was Negros Armados. It was free mod number 3. It was pick number 3 of the match. So here, 7 maps later, we're going to see the first re-entry into the free mod pool. Free mod number 1, Laissez-Faire. Nawak Versibles Extra. The difficulty for this pick. This is going to be our CS 4.7, AR 9.3. So you get, slightly smaller than normal circles if you decide to go hard rock on this one. Unsurprisingly, with it being an irreversible collab. Of course, known for small circle size. Probably seeing a little bit of a mix of Hidden and Hard Rock, I would think, based on the previous free mod and the other mod picks throughout this match. But as we said, you know, the big deal here is that you really, if you're Death Sentence, like, you just really want to win this pick. You want to give yourself that match point opportunity on both the other team's pick and your own pick. And no mod mix this time. It's going to be 4 Hiddens. We're going to see Hidden on Nitros and Kapu. So, you know, kind of the carry players for Negros Armados going to be their no mod players here. You're going to have also Hidden on Couch and RT Wizen, with GS Blank and Soba Noodles running no mod for Death Sentence. So, you know, the logic here, of course, pretty straightforward. You just let your players who aren't performing quite as well in this match kind of tank the mod picks, and then Jackie Lam and Taku look into FC no mod, just put up a big score. The other side, I think Couch is just super comfy Hidden. RT Wizen probably as well. The performance has been a little bit more well-rounded for Death Sentence than it has for Negros Armados. So we see the early break from Kapu within the first 150. Or actually, it was within like the first 100 combo, I guess. Breaking once again. So clearly, you know, you can only do you do your best, you know. And if you have players who were not necessarily practiced for these picks, then unfortunately you kind of just do what you can with them. And that's going to be a break from Nitros as well. So both modded players have now broken for Negros Armados. As we said, kind of just tanking those mods and allowing Jackie Lam and Taku to play no mod and do the best that they can. And the problem there being, of course, still 4-way FC for Death Sentence, so it doesn't even matter. It's going to be the 5-6 million point lead. This looks like in the early stages it may finally be a pick one by the team that selected it. Already halfway through this one, not a super long pick. Nitros with another break. GS Blank will be the first to miss for Death Sentence. They're going to need probably 3 breaks, if not all 4, relatively soon here if Negros Armados are to have any sort of chance. And that's going to be RT Wizen. So we have 1 Nomad and 1 Hidden break. 1 Nomad, 1 Hidden FC remaining for Death Sentence. Negros Armados still have Jackie Lam and Taku. Kapu and Nitros are building their combo back up. They might be able to make a run at this, but it's going to be agonizingly close depending on who holds. But a break from Couch, that is going to matter. Death Sentence is now down to just 1 FC. However, Jackie Lam and Nitros both break. That would have been their opportunity, but I think it's gone now as Kapu and Nitros both break again. Only Taku left comboing for Negros Armados. Meanwhile, Soba Noodles still FCing for Death Sentence. GS Blank, RT Wizen, long combos. That is going to be a point won by the team that selected the map. It's going to be 6-4. That's going to be match point now for Death Sentence. At long last, a team picks a map and wins it, and it is not a moment too soon, as that does allow them the opportunity to win the match on their opponent's pick or their own pick with 2 maps left before the tiebreaker. FC coming out from Soba Noodles, very good accuracy, 99.64% from him. RT Wizen just the slider break, and Couch and GS Blank each with 1 miss. GS Blank with the best accuracy of anyone, 1x100, 1x miss. You really hate to see it. It's really unfortunate when you see scores like that. On the other side, Negros Armados did have Taku with the FC and solid accuracy, but nobody else able to back that up. And that is about a 10 million point win for Death Sentence to push it to the 6-4, as we've mentioned. This is the last pick for Negros Armados in this match, potentially in this tournament. I want to make sure they get it right. Ooh, they're going with Hidden 3. So that means Crazy Motorcycle Chase. They are throwing caution to the wind here. The CS5 AR6 hidden, as they say, you know what, we're gonna throw it to RNG and let RNG be the decider of this match here on our last pick. The James map from all the way back in 2008. This is like, this is interesting. I mean, this is genuinely a Nitros map. For the potentially the first time in this entire match, this is really a Nitros map. He is the old map player. So we'll see if he can translate that into the match here when they absolutely most need it. Because if there was anything I noticed last night when this match was played in a prior match, it's that nobody can play it at all. So having like one person on your team who is an old map specialist for maps like this, you know, it could be great or it could be terrible. You really have no idea, but there's only one way to find out, and that's going to be to start up the map, and we're going to get underway here. Moose Pie in for this one for Death Sentence as well. Don't know that we've seen much of him in this match as of yet. This is going to be Negros Armados trying to stay alive here. Backs against the wall. And they're picking the craziest map in the pool. This is going to be interesting for sure. There's going to be a lot of breaks on this one. It's almost not worth trying to keep track of all of them because there's just going to be lots, I'm sure. I think we're going to be watching Nitros, we're going to be watching Jackie Lamb, we're going to be watching Moose Pie, because there are certain players who can play this map and certain players who can't. And we've already seen breaks from a lot of players. We have Taku and Jackie Lamb holding the combos for Negros Armados. We have Moose Pie and RT Wizen holding the combos for Death Sentence. Jackie Lamb breaks, so it's 2 FCs to 1. Like we said, it's just gonna be a lot of breaks. It's gonna be more about who can actually hold a little bit of combo. Taku losing his, and that means Moose Pie and RT Wizen will be able to take this lead out for Death Sentence. RT Wizen not on an FC, I guess? I thought he was. He has the same combo as Moose Pie, but not an FC? Not sure how that works. This lead is ballooning out as Moose Pie and RT Wizen continue to hold their combos. This is like almost anticlimactic in terms of how quiet the song is and everything. But I think this one's pretty much over already. Moose Pie and RT Wizen have established a 2 million point lead, and that's probably enough, to be honest. Barring a team fail. Moose Pie does break his combo. RT Wizen the only combo on the board anywhere. Apparently he's like an AR6 hidden player. I didn't know that. RT Wizen is literally 1v4ing currently and like expanding his 1v4 lead. He's gonna be 1v4ing by like a considerable margin at this rate. Like, all right, everybody just watch RT Wizen because that's all that matters. Like, it's already decided. This is GG well played. Death Sentence is going to win this one 7-4. But, like, dear God, what am I watching? This RT Wizen is popping off. He's pulling the Nope KJK from the AR4 last week is what he's doing. And, you know, it kind of makes me question this pick, in all honesty. I don't know if Negros Armados just didn't know about RT Wizen or if he's even, like, popping off by his standards, but, you know, there's the question, you know, you pick an RNG map, like, will it go well, or will you just hard int? And, you know, right now, you can kind of see what's happening. Last week we saw some people RNGing it for the last pick in their match and taking things to tiebreakers. This week, well, it's the exact opposite of that. Does finally find a break, but the 1v4 is intact, and that is going to be our match. And that is going to be 7-4, the final score, in favor of Death Sentence. A very strong performance, team-wide, outdoing the attempted duo carry from Taku and Jackie Lamb over the course of this match. Those two performed very, very well, but just placed in a really untenable position where they only had 4 people for the match, and they kind of paid the price. You hate to see that happen to a team that has a lot of potential on paper, but Death Sentence, you know, only able to play the people in the team that's in front of you, so they came out and, despite having the 6 straight break points, eventually just won the last 3 picks in a row, and with them the match. So that will be Death Sentence moving on in the losers bracket. They will be playing the Australian/New Zealand team Ofak. I'll be tomorrow, 12 UTC, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll get to see, I think, a pretty good matchup. That'll be an interesting one stylistically for sure. And that'll be our second matchup in Losers Bracket Round 3 that is now set. We will have a couple more matches going on, of course, today in the ongoing set of matches. The only other match currently, Pocket Galaxy versus Dabe Zhou. We're going to pop in on that one for just a little bit, but as we do have a match at 16 UTC, we'll be switching away from it. So we'll get to see maybe a map or two in this one before we go over to Canvas Garden versus Nog and Friends, which I feel should be a pretty competitive one. That'll be at 16 UTC in about 22 minutes.